From Book 5 of Machiavelli's History of Florence, first published in 1532. In most instances, in the course of the variations states undergo, they usually move from order to chaos, and then back again from chaos to order. Since nature has not allowed earthly affairs to remain stationary, as soon as they reach their final state of perfection, they must go down, possessing no further potential for rising. Likewise, when they have descended and have reached the lowest possible level because of their disorders, they must rise again since they cannot possibly go lower. Thus they always descend from good to bad and rise from bad to good. For ability brings about tranquility, and tranquility laziness, and laziness chaos, and chaos ruin. And in like manner, from ruin is born order, from order ability, and from this quality glory and good fortune. And so, prudent men have observed that literature develops after arms, and that in nations and city-states generals are born before philosophers. For after an effective and well-organized militia has produced victories, and these victories have ensured tranquility, the strength of such brave minds cannot be corrupted with a more honorable laziness than that of literature. Nor can this laziness enter into well-organized cities with a greater and more dangerous deception than with that of literature. Cato was well aware of this when Diogenes and Carneades, both philosophers, came to Rome as ambassadors to the Senate. When he saw that the Roman youth began to admire these men, aware of the evil that could enter his native city as a result of this honorable laziness, he made it law that no philosopher could be received in Rome. Nations have come to ruin because of this, and when this has happened, and men become wiser through their trials, they return to order, as I said before, if they do not remain weakened by some extraordinary force. These causes sometimes created happiness and sometimes misery in Italy, first through the ancient Tuscans and later through the Romans, and nothing has been built upon the Roman ruins that would in some way revive Italy, so that under the rule of a skilful prince she might be able to advance gloriously. Nevertheless, in some of the new cities and territories of Rome, there arose among the ruins such great ability that although one of them could not dominate the others, there was nevertheless such unity and organization among them that they defended Italy and freed her from the barbarians. Among these territories, the Florentines were not the least significant in authority or power, even though they possessed a smaller territory. On the contrary, because of their central position in Italy, their wealth, and their readiness for war, they either successfully sustained any war waged against them, or they were victorious together with their allies. If, therefore, peacetime of long duration did not come about as the result of the vigor of these new principalities, neither were their dangerous times characterized by the harshness of war. For a period during which principalities often attack each other with troops cannot be termed a time of peace, nor can there be wars wherein men do not kill, cities are not sacked, and principalities are not destroyed. For these wars arose from such a weakness that they were begun without fear, carried on without danger, and terminated without damage. As a result, that spirit which is usually extinguished in other provinces because of a lengthy peace was destroyed in Italy by the vileness of these wars, as one can clearly recognize from that which we shall describe as having occurred from 1434 until 1494. There the reader will see how a new road was finally opened to the barbarians, and how Italy put herself back into slavery under such peoples. And if the deeds accomplished by our princes at home and abroad will not be read with admiration for these princes' abilities and greatness, as is done with those of the ancients, perhaps they will be considered for their other qualities with no less astonishment, when the reader sees how many most noble peoples were held back by such weak and badly administered armies. And if, in describing the events that occurred in this wasted world, the bravery of the soldier, the courage of the captain, or the patriotism of the citizen are not recorded, one will be able to see with what artifice, deceit, and cunning the princes, soldiers, and leaders of republics conducted themselves in order to maintain reputations that they did not deserve. This, perhaps, will not be less useful than an acquaintance with ancient history, for if the latter incites the noble mind to imitation, the former will demonstrate what to avoid or to suppress.